Hey, Mrparka here to review Dead Girls, a new horror anthology from Brain Damage Films. And get right into this. The first story is kind of a generic story about this cheating boyfriend who, accidentally kills his girlfriend, and him and his friend and the girl he's cheating on his girlfriend with hide the body, and guess what? She comes back because she got a tattoo to piss her boyfriend off earlier, which was really just a Sharpie marker, and she comes back and kills them. There's no real creativeness really to the story. It's a very generic story. We've seen it before. It's kind of funny that they put her in a fridge and drop her off somewhere and she crawls out and somebody opens up the fridge, and I kind of like that. But besides that, there's not really any gore effects, and it's kind of just your run-of-the-mill story without much to it. I mean, when it's kind of like that generic style story, I mean, I really would like to see some, good special effects or gore or, even some nudity to spice things up. But it wasn't in there. It's not a horrible story. It's just something I've seen a million times before, and it didn't have anything really new to offer to the table, so I really didn't care for it. The second story is actually my least favorite of the bunch. It is basically the pledge thing, pledge week, and all these pledges are trying to get in this sorority, and of course everybody on the top of the sorority is a horrible, mean piece of crap that is, your stereotypical dumb, bimbo, blonde, bad college girls, and essentially they have a pledge go wrong. She dies, she comes back, she kills them, a little witchcraft involved. This one has a lot of your generic slasher type style things in it. Lots of people die in really cheap ways and things like that. A lot of couple off-screen deaths, no gore, no nudity either. In a pledge one like that, I was expecting to see, some nudity. I know I sound like a pervert. I'm like, I want nudity. But, when your movie doesn't really have much difference going for it, I mean, in your shorts, it really should have something to keep the audience at bay, But, the whole film has a series of, it's all kind of like, it's called Dead Girls for a reason. It's about girls getting revenge, or girls who are wrong coming back and killing people, which is really cool. I like that concept. And, it finally paid off in the third story and the wraparound. The third story, I was kind of worried because, it's the priest raped me as a kid and now I'm all messed up. But instead of tackling it as in, just showing the serial killer and having, like, this guy be like, I was raped and blah, 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 that's why I'm doing all these horrible things. It's kind of a linear storyline where it goes back in time and does the present and things like that. And she's a prostitute and has all these interesting characters and interesting looking people in it, and has definitely a little inspired by Miss 45, which I really like. Towards the end she's still dressed as a nun, as a prostitute, and she's in a nun costume killing people. So this one I enjoyed. This one had a little bit more to it. I thought that the script was different. Like I said, it was a non-linear script. It kind of jumped back and stuff like that, and it was much more well acted than the other two. The other two just kind of were, by the numbers acted, but the third one had a lot of different characters in it, and had a lot more writing in this. The music was cool. They built some tension in there, especially with the scene with the John, who is hired by the prostitute to try to do some really bad things to this prostitute, because the other prostitute's jealous, but you'll see what I mean if you watch the movie. And I think that the music there was really, kind of a really created good suspense in the scene. I think that's the best story. I think it's the strongest story. I think it's the most different story, and I typically usually I'm really tired of seeing the whole I was raped by a priest or a kid, or religion evil turns people, not that it bad and things. It's just that it's been done so many times before. I've seen it so many times in movies before. It's like a staple to create a serial killer in a movie, like 5 years ago, and it was in like everything. And it's hard to do right anymore. And I think this one, I enjoyed it. It didn't deteriorate, didn't eliminate my enjoyment for the short, and I was appreciative of that, and I kind of enjoyed this short. I think that, like I said, it's the best anthology because you got 3 or 4 to 5 chances to make something cool, and I think that they did with the third one. I enjoyed it. The first two, like I said, I wasn't a fan of. The first one was just kind of generic, and the third one, it just felt like it just didn't have the elements to that type of film that makes those usually pretty good. The wraparound story is kind of a cool concept. It's just a girl running from a madman, and she ends up in this house, and this house is obviously the home to some sort of necromancer, and you find that out at the end, or some sort of entity that brings back all the dead girls together who have been wronged to, as like zombies. But that's just, a little cool concept, cool idea. Could lead open to many more of these Dead Girls movies. But like I said, Can't recommend the first 2 stories. I didn't really like them. I thought the wraparound was okay. And the 3rd story I said was pretty cool. I enjoyed the 3rd one, like I said, so I don't know. It's up to you guys. Some people might really like the first 2. They're just not for me. Like I said, I've seen it done before. But the 3rd one, very cool stuff, I think. Thank you very much for watching. And, oh, the special features on here. There's a 15-minute making of and deleted scenes. Watch the 15-minute making of. It was pretty cool. People seem really happy on set. And I learned the budget was 25 grand or something around there, and you know, not bad for 25 grand. But that is Dead Girls. There'll be links to information below if you want to purchase it or a trailer or stuff like that. Thank you very much for watching. Have a good one.